All right.
The 63rd Secretary of the Treasury, William E. Simon, said, "Bad politicians are sent to Washington by good people who don't vote." Are you one of these good people? Let's see what my class survey revealed. Although 86% of the eligible voters in our class gave the highest rating regarding the importance of voting, only 29% of the eligible voters in our class actually indicated that they voted in the last election. According to the Federal Election Commission, U.S. elections have not had more than 60% of the voting population vote since 1960. Very often, less than 50% come out to vote. This is a problem that we need to work to change. I hope that after my speech that you can help me solve this problem. I have placed in the top 10% of the U.S. History SAT subject exam. Additionally, I've returned from Boise State, where I gained much information and learned that voting is a privilege, a responsibility, and voting also gives your voice credibility and allows you to influence matters of importance. Now, let's look closer at satisfying the need of encouraging individuals to vote. Voting is a privilege often referred to as a right. 67% of you indicated that you view voting as a right. Another 78% of you said you view voting as a privilege. Voting is most accurately described as a privilege. For example, children are not able to vote. The Center for Voting and Democracy indicates that a privilege is an immunity or a benefit enjoyed by a person beyond the advantage of most. I ask that you and your friends take advantage of this special privilege of voting. Now let's look at voting as a responsibility. Voting is a responsibility. 67% of you said you view voting as a responsibility. John F. Kennedy stated, "The kind of government we get depends on how we fulfill those responsibilities. We the people are the boss, and we will get the kind of political leadership, be it good or bad, that we demand and deserve." Now some people say they do not vote because it's actually the Electoral College that elects the president. Based on my survey, 56% of you think that the Electoral College lessens your vote. However, that is not the case. As Edward Dillon, author of Why I Should Vote, reminds us that the members of the Electoral College are people that you, the voter, help to elect in local elections, such as mayors and state legislators. You let these electors know your opinion when you cast your vote and elect them to represent you when you vote for them. Now let's imagine a world where you and your friends actually have influence regarding political matters. In fact, voting gives credibility to your opinions and statements as well as influence. Not happy with what the government is doing? Why sit there and complain about it when you don't vote? Remember, you are the boss. Vote! This clip by ValueVoters.com demonstrates that you can make a difference. You can influence matters of importance. The online news magazine New Blaze states that in 1948, there were 9,247 voting precincts in Ohio. Truman won the state by just 7,107 votes. Had just one Truman voter in each precinct voted for Dewey, or had just one Truman voter in each district decided to stay home and not vote, Dewey would have won the state against 25 electoral votes. Let your voice be heard. Fulfill your responsibility and vote. Let's review by remembering that voting is a privilege and a responsibility, and by reviewing a quote by Tom Cotton, GOP candidate for Arkansas's 4th Congressional District. If enough people vote on or against an issue, protest and get the government's attention in a civilized manner, they can change or institute new policies that best reflect the people want into law. 86% of you indicated that you would vote in the next election. I hope that number is now up to 100%. If you need information on how to vote, simply go to rockthevote.com. And don't forget to encourage all of your other friends to vote. Remember, give your opinions credibility. Take advantage of your responsibility and fulfill your privilege. Vote!